Sanibonani, Dumelang Abshedi, Emakhosini. Welcome to the Funky Jazz podcast. And today we are at Bopilong Business Hub. That's where we're at right now. And this is a follow-up interview, or rather conversation. And our guest is Gogo Nobuhle. Let me just introduce myself, or rather reintroduce myself. To those who have forgotten, my name is Funky Mora and I am your host for today. And today we're just going to be conversing about the business side of Sangoma, and we have Gogo Nobuhle to be telling us about that. And I think that she's the relevant person, to be talking, or rather to be conversing about that kind of topic. Let me just reintroduce her again, the gorgeous, the beautiful Gogo Nobuhle. Thank you so much for coming and gracing us with your presence right here at the Funky Jazz podcast. Thokozani emakhosini. Gogo, I think this is the most important topic that we need to talk about. As ubungoma is not just ubungoma ukalapha abantu, but as izangoma, you guys, you need to leave, but also we need to talk about the business side of it, and I think that is where we need to dwell in. Let's talk about. Let me pose the first question. Let's iron out, or rather, let's analyze the business side of ubungoma.
I thank you for the opportunity. There's a business side of it.
Yeah,
definitely. But you need to be conscious of your decisions. So what do I need to be conscious about your decisions? Business business.
Yeah.
Because by Bashuti, about business have full benefits, but you must be ruthless when you're in business.
Yeah.
So what do I mean? Ruthless again. What a corner, they're pillar this business. Some here, one thing, some country, about days and wash. So they're pillar.
So in terms of uthengisa iwash or imithi and all of that, nithola phi le mithi le niyazenzela, or there's a place that you guys go and nithenga le mithi?
Imithi asizenzeli. Imithi obviously nature nje. So imithi kunabantu abayigubhayo. Izangoma zamanje asisagubha imithi. Ubuningi bethu arisayeba ihlalo. Lo ngadig imithi, so siyakuphisa emamarket, kunemarket okuthiwa eFaraday. Nakwamayimayi khona la kudayiswa khona imithi, sinama-chemist kuthengiswa imithi. So imithi ke kuzoya ngokuthi wena uzokhandisa washo ke then ungakhanyisa washo sakho.
Sure. Let me go back to Multi. We are pilega, I think back in the days, I think a lot of people, they were very skeptical amugela their gift, because they had that mentality to once you become a Sangoma, you're just going to struggle. I think they did not capitalize on the business side of it, or they did not see the business side of it. We are pilega, and also it goes back. For me, it goes back to the Bible when the Bible says that your gift will make you stand in front of prominent people. Your gift, it's just not there uguti usebenze ngayo, but it's there uguti now uphile ushine ngayo. Let's dwell into that. Your gift can make you stand in front of prominent people as izangoma. How do you guys nibeka kanjani into le?
Sibheka ngalendlela nawe ibheka ngakho. Uzwapho uyawuthanda umbuzo futhi statement. Sibheka ngokuthi kuyaphileka. Kumele mawuba phambi kwabantu nabo abantu babe ne-confidence ukuthi mangibeka uGogo Nobuhle kusho ukuthi nami ngizophila singasabi, because thina ngeenkathi zethu masithwasa sithwase sibona ngathi akuphileki ebomini, sibona ngathi impilo ayikho. Manje ungababona abanye abogogo manje bathenga impahla ezidurayo ezingeke sizibize ngamagama, bahamba ngeimoto zakanobusha, expensive cars. So uyabona ukuthi nawo impilo ikhona, and sihamba namakhosi, sihamba namandawo. Abantu abafuna ukuthi niphile, abantu ukuthi nawe mangabe uyabheka emandlule, the kings and the queens baphila ngakho lokho kwesintu. So nathi kumele ukuthi siphile ngakho lokho.
the problems that Sangoma are facing on the business side of it. What are those challenges that Sangoma are facing?
Sure. Uthwala inkinga yethu ngoba yazi uma ngisho eqaleni ngithe ube careful uyenze nge-conscious lento le yokuthi uyenze ibhizinisi ungase ufuna ekugcineni sowufuna ukuthwala ngoba kwesinye isikhathi uke ubona ukuthi idlozi ngathi likudonsela kancane ama-patient angaze ngizwisisa na ubona ngathi likudonsela kancane bese ugcina sowuyenza ama-decision ukuthi idlozi lakho alikuvumeli.
When you say donsela kancane, meaning ukuthi imali
to attract
our customers, and at the end of the day, our customers is capital.
It's money. Yes. So uzobona ngathi badonsa kancane ukubizela ama-client, so uzogcina soyenza inkinga yokuthi ube weak. Ubona ukuthi nami ngifuna ukuthwala. Ithi ngithwale ngibona ukuthi lena mhlambe indlela easy for mina ukuthi ngize ngifike la ngifuna ukufika khona nami ngifane nabanye abogogo abubani nabubani ngihambe ngeimoto ezidurayo and stuff.
So thwala how dangerous it is? Is it acceptable kuma close ukuthi umuntu athwale?
No, not acceptable. Dangerous kakhulu ngoba ukuthwala at the end of the day lokho okulandile kuyogqina nawe sekukudla, it will eat you up. Kuzokudla nawe ukudla ukuphila ngoba kuya kancane bazothi sifuna igazi. Ukuthwala ukuhamba ngegazi angisho okuningi kunokuthwala kwemithi kunokuthwala kwani kodwa kunokuthi manje uthwala ngegazi lento uyithathile wazothwala ngayo ifuna igazi lizokutshela ukuthi iseyinama demands manje sengifuna umndeni umntwana wakho umzali wakho or your closest friend. You understand? So inenkinga mayifika khona lapho uthwala akulunganga.
Sangoma, you know, and also a businesswoman. How do you treat your business lakho? Tell us about you as a businesswoman. How do you treat your business lakho?
I'm not apologetic about my prices. Because ngiyazi the service that I will render to you yokunikeza impilo nawe ukuthi uphile. Mele nami ngiphile. So ilapho mina ngifike khona. That's how I treat it. Ulapho I'm not apologetic about my prices kodwa uzwele nginalo. I have compassion. Umuntu makafika kimi azi ukuthi angikhalela ngibona ukuthi lo muntu uyakhala kwamampela kumele ngimsize ngizomsiza. Kodwa ke I am not apologetic about my prices. Nami ngicela ukuphila ngokungoma.
Because it's been led by spirituality.
Yes.
And what comes in my mind is that as it is being led by spirituality, do you guys get a price weighing from abapansi, or it's just something that comes out of your head, or you're being led? You know, when you charge people, this is how much you need to charge. And when you charge umuti, this is how much you need to charge. Is it being led by Gogo Nobuhle, or does it come from you guys?
It depends.
Okay.
Yes, we see that umuntu yeza ukuthi umuntu unenkinga and lo muntu lo maka nenkinga akanayo imali. And then you'll be led. Bazosha kugogo omkhulu bathi lona angeke umcharge or lona uzomcharge kanje. But mangabe ufuna ukucharge le price ufuna ukuyicharge kwabanye abantu, maybe ufuna ukukhuphula ama price uyacela kugogo omkhulu beyiba bakuvumela.
And then we walked around and we saw ukuthi, you know, Sangoma, it's like you guys are not capitalizing on you know, on this having stalls. We did not see that, you know. And then off camera, you and I spoke and you said, Bakhona, they are they're selling muti, but they are foreigners. You know, what's your take on that? That we're seeing a lot of foreigners, you know, in business
ubona umuntu ongazi lutho mhlambe ngokungoma angene kule business yokungoma futhi ayenza ibusiness ngayo kuzwisa ubuhlungu kodwa mhlambe nathi you must take accountability for our actions ngoba mhlambe nathi sihleli kakhulu we are too apologetic ngokuthi sifuna ukwenza ibusiness ngokungoma we asifuna capitalize ngoba sifuna ukubona ingathi we are into business more than spirituality so yebo sikubonakala ku wrong kakhulu. Because ingati the foreigners are taking over. Unfortunately, they have, but then nothing they take account.
what needs to happen ukuthi nani nisithole ni dominator in this industry yenu?
Mele siphaphameni, asingarelaxini, sihlale ey'ndumbeni zethu, simele ukuthi ibhizinisi ize kithi. Asiphaphameni, asimoneni, asibe nama-strategy ahlukile ukuthi lento le singayi-strategize kanjani leyo kungoma ukuthi nathi singene ebhizinisini, singaboni abantu beza bathatha lokhu ba-capitalize ngakho, yabona. So ngicabanga ukuthi kumele sivukele, asivukele emaqandeni, must just wake up and smell the coffee.
I like that. And smell the coffee because now imali iyahamba and le imali kumele ukuthi ize kini and you should, you know, and we see foreigners dominating where you guys should be dominating. Ukhulume ngama-business strategy, right? Yeah.
Umuntu kumele ucabanga ukuthi yini kodwa engayenzi ukuthi ngidonse abantu, ngidonse ama-client. Bokuqala i-business strategy esinalo, if I can tell you, what is ibizana? Ibaso. Sinomuthi bathi ibaso elidonsa ama-client.
And I think you shouldn't be apologetic of using that, because a lot of people will say, "Asebenzisa umuthi ukudonsa abantu." Is it wrong or is it right?
No, right. Okay. Yes, right. Right bona. So hence ngishilo ukuthi i-business strategy sethu ke into engathi sinayo thina ukuthi masihleli senza amabaso imithi yokudonsa ama-incense, ukudonsa ama-client or ama-patient ukuthi angene ekhaya. But kwesinye isikhathi you don't just sit sibheke ukuthi yini esingayenza ukuthi asikakabi lapho. Hence ngithe we must just wake up and smell the coffee, ngoba abanye abantu bayahlala, they strategize, bayithatha lento as a business, bayibabhale ukuthi yini esingayenza, ama-Facebook page singangena ku-Twitter singayenzani, abantu bayenzani, bahlala nasemall njengoba boshilo, bahlala nasemall babiza abantu, i-strategy sona leso. Thina we must just wake up.
That for Sangoma, maybe to go and educate yourselves about business strategies, business skills, is that allowed? Or do you need to consult Nabaphansi and say, you know what, I need to equip myself, you know, I need to go and get skills that I don't have, because as much as you have given me this gift, I also need to learn how should I run this business. So is that allowed for one as a Sangoma to go and say, I want to learn, I want to be behind the desk, I want to equip myself in terms of how to run this company or business, this business?
It is allowed. And as futhi the world evolves. Namadlozi ayivumeli evolution. Iy'nkathi ziyashintsha, kungasafani nasecaleni. So they must also allow us ukuthi kulo mhlaba esiphila kuwo singabi outdated nathi siphile ngomhlaba wakudala siba frustrated. So we must evolve. So it must be allowed. Uyabacela gogo mkhulu bakho emakhosini wakho ucela uphahle ukuthi ngicela nami ukuthi can I be equipped nami ukuthi nami ngiphile ngalokho ngoma. And then uzobona ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi bayakuzena nasemaphupheni bakutshele namaphuphi imithi ungayenza, imithi ungayisebenzisa. So kuyasebenzela.
Sangoma, they are all over social media platforms and they're looking so beautiful. I think it was a day before yesterday. I was looking at I was at Twitter. Or what do they call that? It's not Twitter now. The one that is so popular. TikTok, yes. TikTok, Sangoma, they are all over. And one thing I really love about what I saw is that they are so presentable. You know, when you look at that person, you would say, I want to go. Why? Because of what you see. And I always say that, you know, as much as ubiziwe, you know, when we look at you, but when you are not taking care of yourself, we wonder and ask ourselves, I mean, this person is called by Amadlozi, and this person is representing Amadlozi. You've got to look the part, you know, the same as Umuntu Ati, I am called, I'm a born-again Christian. When you see that person, you know, you must see Christ in that person, and you must want the Christ in that person. The same thing we Sangoma, when we look at you guys, you know, we must, I I need to have the thing which I really want to go and consult because of presentation and because of how you take care of yourself and also being a brand. Let's talk about Sangoma being a brand. How important is it for one, to be conscious of the fact that I am a brand and I'm not only representing myself, but I'm representing those who called me.
Sangoma bobonakala kwabantu abangcolile abasaba amanzi ngombheka unedumani mombheka nje amahiya wakhe nje mawuthi nje ubheka umuntu uthi mina ngithwase kula muntu le anje ngizofana naye nami so okwamanje kubalekile because naloko kwenzani kwenza ukuthi abantu badonseke bayithande lento yobungoma futhi bayihloniphe ukuthi manje kunempilo la kuyaphileka. So kubaleka kakhulu ukuthi you must take yourself nakhona as a brand. Abantu babona amandawo wakho babona amakhosi amakhulu because uhamba nabantu abadala la. Mina ubonakala ukuthi uhamba nabantu abadala and uhloniphekile nawe uyazithanda nawe uyahlonipheka. So kuzothiwa makafika nawe azokuhlahluba ayazi angakholwa ukuthi lo muntu lo engizohlahluba kuye unginceda ngalendlela amuhle ngakho na. And ubona umuntu wakhona ama results wakhona abe mahle. Umsebenzi omuhle uyabonakala.
And also cleanliness is next to godliness, right? When I get to your practice, belubonakala ukuthi uhamba nabantu abadala abahloniphekile. Like I said to you, when I look at you, you represent abaphansi, right? How important is hygiene, Sangoma? Because hygiene, it's part of the business strategy, right? Because Maungena and Gogo and all of that, I'm a customer wako, ayahamba. Because a person is asking themselves, how is this person going to help me? First impression, it lasts longer. So how important is it for Sangoma, to practice clean, just like doctors, it's clean. So I think the same thing also, it has to apply with Sangoma. They've got to take into consideration it has to be clean. Let's talk about hygiene.
Sisebenza namatlavu umuntu mhlambe momgcaba momphatha uzasebenzisa amatlavu nala hlala khona umuntu wakho ipatient yakho umebenza ukuthi kube clean kodwa abafethu ingcela nesicoleleni kwesinye isikhathi sihamba namagedla abantu abaphila esigangeni
amagedla
sihamba nemimoya eminye ukuthi amagedla yilabo abadila ngemithi kuphela amathongo awazi imithi kakhulu. Manje mawubheka igedla lisentabeni igedla lokugeza isikhathi bani ngoba lisentabeni kwesinye isikhathi indumba zethu ngeke nizithole ziklini kwesinye isikhathi indumba zethu nizozithola zihlangahlangene ngoba imithi la ikhona kwesinye isikhathi iyahlangahlanganisa ngoba ubuya la uyothatha khona uyemba ulethe endlini or endumbeni iyahlangahlanganisa so nisicoleleni kwala ngoba kwesinye isikhathi nothola indumba zethu zihlangahlangene ngoba sihamba namagedla abanikazi bemithi abanikazi bokulapha ngoba kwesinye isikhathi abayithanda indawo ukuthi ibe clean. Igedla linaso isikhathi sokuthi libe clean. Igedla isikhathi esiningi uzisentabeni ungcolile imithi iyangcolisa. We understand kodwa ke i-hygiene ibaluleke kakhulu ukuthi sibe na hygiene and kwamanje sesicompete nabo the doctors we are competing with them unfortunately. So indawo zethu kumele kube clean kubukeke kube representable nani mani ngena nibona ukuthi niyaphila kodwa not all the time. Khumbula ukuthi lana sifuyile
5 to 10 years from now.
Ngizibona ngiphile kakhulu ngizibona sengiyazi imithi yokulapha cancer. Ngibona one of the researchers ngibiziwe ukuthi sicela ukuthi uzosinceda la ngolwazi lakho lemithi indigenous medicine ukuthi i-cancer singayilapha kanjani. Ngizibona ngilapho in 10 years time ngizibona ngikhulile ngobungoma futhi ngibe conscious ngama decisions engiwayenzayo ngokulapha abantu ngokuqiniso. Ngizibona ngilapho mhlawumbe mangakubonisiwe umuthi okanje bese you need ama-specialists wama-labs abantu aba-understanda imithi ukuthi imithi also uhambisana nama-genetics kanjani emzimbeni so kuhluke khona lapho so unfortunately kule side uzodinga abantu that are qualified so you need ama-labs ukuthi uncedisane ngabo ama-medicines.
Let's talk about the future. Do you see scientists, doctors working together in Sangoma to find cure your cancer, cure your HIV? What's your take on that?
In future, ngiyathemba ukuthi kuzoba kanjalo. Kodwa sikhumbuleni kwezinye izinto ukuthi more than anything it's all about profit.
Yeah.
Wenye industry ngize ngisho ngegama. Kodwa if you in future yes because okwamanje ama-scientists nabodokotela bayeza nama-professor bayayeza ngomeni bafune ulwazi labo about indigenous medicines so kusho ukuthi kuyathembisa kufana secaleni whereby they will say no those things do not work and stuff so okwamanje at least abasivaleli ngaphandle basinikeza ispace try ukuthi basi-accommodate lapho nalapho so kusho ukuthi future iyathembisa.
So have you guys thought about it? These guys they come to us and they ask about the knowledge that we have, and the knowledge that you guys have, it's the knowledge that it has been given by Gogo, Nobuhle. Have you thought about the fact that we also need to charge them?
Isikhathi kuyiwe nabantu aba-experimenta in i-problem yokuthi ama-scientists ayeza afuna ulwazi nge-indigenous
and they're making money out of your knowledge.
Ngaleso sikhathi leso they've abused us. Abanye beba-abuse uthola ukuthi when they've discovered lowo bebafuna ukudiscover then bayayekela sebathi no it doesn't cure isithola ukuthi le mithi yona ayisebenzi kanti bona bayazi ukuthi bathole igolide so badlale ngathi so something ekumele nathi siyibone nesiyibhekisise nelihlo elikhali ukuthi no we must start charging abantu for knowledge ukuthi singahlali singaphali nje mahala.
And it's very good. This again, Gogo, you spoke about gold.
Yes.
Knowledge is power.
Yes.
Knowledge is gold. For me, I think knowledge is money. Yes. Because when you give away knowledge, you're giving away power. You're giving away the gold that it has been given to you by your ancestors. Hence, I was saying to you, why is Sangoma not looking at it? Uguti. It also goes back to business strategies.
Yes.
You cannot give knowledge for free of charge, whereas somebody else is going to use it to enrich themselves. Let's talk about not being apologetic as a Sangoma, being wealthy, being rich, and people are not going to call you utwele and all of that. Can as Sangoma be rich without lento lokuthi batwele?
Angazi ngisibona isangoma esirich singathwala unfortunately mhlawumbe sikhona esirich kodwa esingathwala kodwa angazi ngisibona.
Gogo, as we wrap up this beautiful conversation now, I love the business side of Sangoma. Can one become a Sangoma and specialize in one thing or not? Or you can just be a jack of all trades?
The people that are called for ukuthi bathwasise kuphela.
Okay.
There are those bekubizwe ukuthi bona bazolapha ngeke bathwasise. Kwesinye isikhathi abanye bayalapha bayathwasisa ngesikhathi esiyi-1. And kwesinye isikhathi uyakwazi ukuthi uma uyisangoma ukwazi ukuthi kunomuthi kunesifo esi-1 ukuthi wena specialize kuso mhlawumbe abantwana abancane abasana for ukwana or for hlompana. That speciality.
Last question, Gogo, or last question, or maybe your take on this one.
Yes.
Talking about the business side of Sangoma, right? Your message to Sangoma is Twalayo, and Sangoma that are making imali genuinely. Without twasa, what's your message? Or what's your twasa?
The message would have a
yeah.
Bugogo niyakwazi ukuthi ukuthwala ku-wrong. Uyakwazi. It was osha at the end of the day. So kulaba abangathwali ngasho ukuthi ayiqhubekani bantwana basekhaya. Yindlela is difficult, I know. Kodwa asiqhubekeni sibambeni ngoba umsebenzi wethu uzawupheli.
Those are the words from Gogo Nobuhle, and today we were talking about the business side of Ubungoma, and we are right here at Bophelong Business Hub, and I hope that you have learned a lot about it. Being a Sangoma, it's not all about one being called, but also being a Sangoma, ngaphila from that is pure Bungoma. Yeah, I'm trying my Zulu. But nevertheless, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, for tuning in. Until we meet again, somewhere. Thank you. Peace out. Bye.
Yeah, this